Come closer.
Oh.
Okay. There we go.
Not so clever, Sean. You're welcome. Oh, that breaks.
Oh.
Chill out.
Alright.
Hey, bud. Oh.
Yeah, we rolling. Yep.
You trifling.
Who, me?
Yeah.
How? I didn't catch the beginning.
All I saw was some bracelet.
It's not even fall yet.
Never mind. You're not really a snack. You just like, you know, when you see your friend with something, you like, yo, let me get a piece, and then you give it back and you're like, never mind. Like, what's going on, everybody? This is your girl Lils, and welcome back to another episode of the Lils Experience. Thank you to everybody who's been tuning in thus far. I want to thank everybody who has been tuning in when I go live. I want to thank everyone who has been suggesting topics and everything like that. Now, because we're halfway through the season, you might not see it this season, but at some point later on down the line, in some way, shape, or form, you will see it. I just want to thank everyone who has been supportive thus far. Like, I totally appreciate you guys. So, this episode is episode 4, and the topic of this episode is called Rebounding. Now, for those of you who don't know what rebounding is, which I find that hard to believe, but anyway, if for you who don't know what it is, I'll tell you really quickly. Basically, rebounding is when you're just breaking up, you're getting out of a relationship, situationship, whatever you want to call it. I don't judge anyone, but it's when you're coming out of a situation and you're already looking for the next best thing. You have to be texting someone. You have to, be hanging out with someone. For a lot of people, rebounding does include sex. Like we're all adults here. But for other people, it's just like, they have to have this constant attention from someone to kind of get their mind off. Well, not kind of, but to get their mind off of the person that they just broke up with, to make them feel better about themselves and things like that. So that's what rebounding is. The inspiration behind this topic and this episode actually comes from Insecure. Shout out to Issa for that last episode. I really can't say that with a straight face. But shout out to you, Issa girl. Like you did that. But for these last few episodes, a lot of rebounding has been going on, especially with Lawrence. Issa is now trying to do this whole rebounding thing. She's calling it her hoe phase or whatever. It's not really working out for her at this point. It's definitely backfiring for her. It's not going the way that she thought it would go. For Lawrence as well. You can definitely see that they're still in love with each other. So that's just something, the rebounding is not really helping them in that sense. So I definitely became inspired because of, from these episodes, just simply because it makes you think like, damn, was I the rebound for for this person? Or damn, like I was really trying to, talk to this person just to feel better. So it definitely, got my mind racing just simply because I realized that I was the rebound for the same person over and over and over again. And I know you're like, damn, Lils, like how you the rebound for the same person? Like, didn't you see that? And it's like when you're in certain situations, you can't see it when you're in it. It has to take you to completely come out of that situation in order for you to look at it and look at yourself and be like, yo, what was I doing? Oh my God. Like, so for me, watching that episode, it was just like, damn, Lils, like you really was the rebound for the same person. That's crazy. Like, I didn't have that Tasha moment. I wish I did, I could definitely relate to that, dealing with someone who's trifling, but they think that they're one of the good guys. So shout out to Tasha for definitely having that moment finally, because Lord knows Lawrence was getting on my damn nerves. But yeah, so we're definitely going to get into all of that during the episode. I did put the question up on Instagram and Facebook for you guys to respond. You guys were being a little shy about this specific topic. I just want everyone to understand that the Lil's experience is a judgment-free zone. Like, I'm not judging anyone. I tell everybody who participates with being a part of the Lil's experience, this is a judge-free zone, and that will not be tolerated. So hopefully you guys can start to get more comfortable and start to open up a little bit more. I did get a response from one person who expressed if they were the rebounder or they were the one who was being used as the rebound. So I'll definitely go ahead and get right into that for you. Okay, so I have Muda Merle 973, hey, who responded, because the question that I asked was, have you ever been a rebound, or are you the one doing the rebounding after a breakup? So Muda Merle said, after a breakup, I used to need like 4 to 5 rebounds. Damn. Whoa. That's too much. After a breakup, I used to need like 4 to 5 rebounds. I'm pretty sure we've all been rebounds once or twice. Didn't make me feel any type of way though. We were involved for one reason. It never helps to get over a breakup, just distracts you for the time being. So, okay. I see that a lot. Like I said in the beginning, rebounding for a lot of people is just physical, like they feel by, having that type of physical interaction with someone else, it helps them to, not necessarily get over that person, but they feel like that's a really good distraction. But honestly, having sex with somebody else right after a breakup, honestly, that's just really a no-no. Like, honestly, just simply because you're still dealing with emotions from the previous person. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're still dealing with getting over the physical interactions that you used to have with this other person. Your emotions are still tied up into that person. Like I always say, people don't understand just how big of a deal having sex with someone is, because you're not connecting physically, you're connecting spiritually, you're connecting emotionally. You understand what I'm saying? What's inside of you what's inside of that person is now inside of you, for real, not just physically. So it's just like you're still getting over that whole, mind frame of like, okay, so that's no longer happening with this person. Like emotions and everything are still high. So I personally feel as though that, choosing to have sex right away with someone else after a breakup is really, like, it's not a good idea. I have a lot of people that I know who have tried that before, and for them it was just like, damn, it's not the same. They always tell me like, well, it's not the same because it's not such and such. Duh. Duh. I know for me, for a long time, that's how I felt. It would actually really like make me cry, because I'm just like, damn, like, it's not that person. You're used to that person, especially if you've been dealing with that person for such a long time. It's just like, now I gotta get used to kissing someone else. I gotta get used to hugging someone else. I have to get used to someone else being in my bed and XYZ. So honestly, just jumping right into having sex with someone else right away, it's not good. It's not good. And I definitely encourage you to wait as long as you possibly can before you go ahead and put yourself in that situation again, just simply because you have to protect yourself at the end of the day. You understand what I'm saying? You have to protect your feelings, you have to protect your body, So I definitely do feel as though that just jumping into the physical part of things with someone new right after a breakup, it definitely should wait. Okay, so another part of rebounding is not the physical part, it's, the attention. I know for a lot of females mainly, I'm not gonna lie. I like attention, you know, but I don't crave it. Like, you know, like, I don't know if that makes sense. It's just like, you know, it's always a good thing when a guy notices you and he puts a certain amount of attention into you. Like, what girl doesn't? But for other people, it's just like they need that attention in order for them to feel like loved or something, or thought about or cared about. So that's another part of rebounding, not necessarily the physical part, but it's just the simple fact of being noticed, you know, especially when you're coming out of a relationship where, not saying that your significant other wasn't noticing you, but they just weren't giving you the time and the attention that you felt like you deserved. So you look for a person who can give you that. And then that doesn't help you get over the other person either, you know, because now only thing you're doing is just like, well, I wish that such and such would have, you know, gave me this type of attention, and why couldn't he do this, and why couldn't he do that, or why couldn't she notice this, or why can't she notice that? So it's always going to be a constant comparison, you know, you're always going to be comparing the two, and, you know, that's not really the healthiest way for you to try to get over a breakup, you know, but, you know, there are people who just want somebody in their phone. They just want to wake up to a good morning text. You know, I know for me, good morning text, honestly, like, it's either, for me, I definitely do appreciate a good morning text. I do. Like, I'm not one of those people who feel like if somebody send me a good morning text that he corny or he soft. No, like, that's a very nice gesture. You understand? So for some females, it's, you know, we want a good morning text, or what you doing, or this, that, and the third. Like, I had somebody text me the other day and ask me, what did you eat for lunch today? And I was just like, oh, like, okay. That was different, just simply because, you know, I'm not used to questions like that. So I wasn't weirded out or anything by it. It was just like, oh, so he cares about if I ate today? Okay, you get a text back. You know, like, it just showed that, you know, he's a thoughtful guy, you know, and a lot of females aren't really used to that, so sometimes they take it as like, oh, he corny, he's soft, like, ew, why he wonder what I ate? Because maybe he's gonna bring you lunch, like, duh, dummy, like, what's wrong with you? Like, those are the guys that you wanna, you know, have in your corner, instead of these other fools out here who could care even if you had a drop of water. Like, it's females, I don't get y'all sometimes. I mean, I don't know. But look, that's a different topic for a different episode. I'm gonna just leave it at that. But, you know, it's for some people, it's more of things like that. You know, they know in their mind that they're not gonna go any further with you. They just know that you're the person that's gonna constantly text them back. You're the person that's gonna call them, you know, and it is messed up, honestly, just simply because they're leading you on, thinking that, making you think that, you know, something is about to go down between y'all, or, you know, she's really into you. But I know, and it mainly for females, I don't really see a lot of guys that rebound just for attention and companionship. A lot of guys really rebound, you know, for you know what. But majority of females that, you know, I've seen and interacted with, I'm not saying this is for every female, because, you know, I'm not friends with the whole world. I'm just friends with my friends. And quite a few of them, you know, only rebound for attention. You know, like, they constantly just have to have somebody in their phone. And I always look at them with the side eye like, girl, what is you doing? Like, I hate giving my number out, first of all. Like, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I really do hate giving my phone number out. Like, in order for me to give you my number, you have to really be something. Like, I'm not saying I'm Beyonce, but I do feel like I'm a Kelly Rowland. Like, do you think Kelly Rowland out here really giving her number out to everybody? No. So, yeah, I don't really like giving my number out because people are crazy. And some of my friends just really just like, here, on texting this one, on texting that one. Like, girl, that's too much for me. Like, when I'm, coming out of a breakup or something like that, I pretty much like shut down. Like I ain't even thinking about rebounding. You understand what I'm saying? It's just for me. It's just like nope. I don't want nobody else because he going. Stupid. That's how I was thinking. But that lasted for like about a good month or two before, my winter was a little cold. So it's just like. So I know you guys are wondering still, how was I the rebound for the same person more than one time? Basically, make a long story short, I was the rebound just because, in a way, because whenever that person, whatever they were trying to do with someone else, whenever that was like not good or it was falling apart, they would come back to me. Knowing that I wasn't going to say no or knowing that I wasn't going to turn them down or anything like that. So it was just an ongoing situation that kept going back and forth for quite some time. Until initially everything just completely came to an end and came to a halt. I definitely have used other people as rebounds, not for physical though. I used them for attention. Not saying that was good either, just simply because, I don't use people, like that's not really me. But I mean, when you are in a certain situation, you have a certain mind frame. So for me at that time, I was heartbroken and I was just looking for somebody to, I would say feed my ego and tell me how banging I was, which they did. So. But yeah, I don't talk to either one of them anymore, and that's definitely something that I would never, ever, ever, ever do ever again. Like, I don't have time for that. Like, I don't. It's not healthy. If you feel like you're the rebound, 9 times out of 10, you are the rebound. So please pay attention to the signs. Protect your feelings, protect yourself, be safe out here. Please, you people who are, rebounding for physical purposes, please, 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 please be safe, okay? I want to thank everybody who has tuned in for this episode of the Lil's Experience. I hope you all enjoyed it. Of course, I hope I enjoyed, recording it for you all. Before I leave, I'm going to leave you all with this. Mind your business, drink your water, and talk to God. This is your girl Lil's with the Lil's Experience. And until next time, peace.